Hello, good afternoon. My name is Carmen Alicia Osuna Salazar. And let me share the screen. I'm going to present my final project video. Is about chapter 5, activities and their implications. What is CLIL? It means content and language integrated learning, and it is an approach where students learn a subject and a second language at the same time. A student will not only learn about the subject, but they also gain relevant vocabulary and language skill. This helps students to learn content and language at the same time. In language teaching, there seems to be a consensus that in order to learn a language, a student has to speak. They have to speak what they are learning. They have to communicate with each other. And the combination of the language and the subject, communication plus skills. But how can we achieve this? In CLIL, there appear to be 4 types of activities, and the first one is activities to enhance peer communication. When we teach to students, we have to make things or peer communication so they can speak what they are learning. And here is a short conversation from a 3rd grade students.
Hello, my name is Leonardo.
Hello, Leonardo. Nice to meet you.
Good morning, Sophia. How are you?
Fine, thanks. Hello, my name is Sophia.
Hello, Sophia. Nice to meet you.
Good morning, Leonardo. How are you?
Fine, thanks.
Excellent. They are practicing with, what they are learning. The type number 2, activities to help develop reading strategies. Also, 3rd grade elementary school, we teach the instruments, the musical instruments. So we teach this topic for about a month, 3 times a week from the week, and the students are able to read this here because we teach this word, what instruments are from strings. The word wood, they know wood, bit small, metallic. So the students read this one, and they have to choose one of these instruments that belongs to here. So they read all this, and they cut and paste the picture where it belongs. After they do this, we put on the board the same one, and they choose the correct picture, so they can assess the self-assessment. They can see if they do it good or they are wrong. It's a good activity to help students to develop their reading strategies. The 3rd one, activities to guide students' production. They listen to an audio, and here are some spaces that they have to fill in these spaces. There are missing words, so they listen to the audio and they have to write what they listen. And after we check they have to say me, they have to speak oral, they have to speak and tell me which words are missing. I put the audio one time. If they don't get it, I put the second time. This is the audio.
Track 35, Module 7, Lesson 2, Activities 3 and 4. Now, kids, open your books on page 54. What is the text about?
Music teacher!
Yes, very good. Let's read the text. Tango is the traditional music from Argentina. People listen to it in parties and festivals. Accordion and piano are the main instruments played in tango. Tango is beautiful and I like it. Any questions?
No, teacher.
I played the audio one time. If they don't get it the first time, second, maybe a tier one, and some of them, or they can work in groups from 2 students or 3 students. So if they are able to get that word. So after they finish the activity, we check at the board. So they had to speak oral, and then they had to pass on the board and write the word. So the students self-assess themselves.
Track
The fourth type, activity to enhance higher cognitive skills. At the end, they had to fill the chart, to complete the chart. They had to choose 3 instruments, and they had to write the name of the instrument, musical instrument, the family. They know that there is percussion, winds, or strings. So maybe they want to put guitar. The family is strings, and material, good. For example, this one, drum, you have to choose the family, percussion. The material is, some are good, and they can put metallic also, because there are some drums of good and there are some drums of this. So they have to, the cognitive skill, what they learn. So they have to use the cognitive skills that they already learned. Presentation, practice, production, PPP. We use the PPP in our classroom very often, because at the beginning we present the vocabulary, we present the structure, we present sentences. After that, after we present this with different activities, then the student had to practice that activities. They had to practice, say, the vocabulary, the sentences, practice between them. And after that, they had to produce what they learned. It's like the metaphor that is on the anthology, the CLIL, throw the student right away to the deep of the swimming pool. And with the PPP at the beginning, they start at the beginning of the swimming pool that is very shallow, only deep their deeps. And after the presentation, when they practice, they can get a little further of the swimming pool. And when we think that they already know, they can do it, they can produce. So we throw away the students to the deep of the swimming pool. PPP is still alive and well, but it assumes that students cannot use language for communicative purposes unless they have practiced it first under control condition. As I say, first we have to present the vocabulary. So we are going to choose different activities, meaning, the form, pronunciation. We are going to choose pronunciation. Then the student have to practice what they learn. And at the end, they are going to produce. Inductive or deductive. Inductive reasoning. Someone who uses inductive reasoning makes specific observations and then draw a general conclusion. We put different structures, not the same structure, different sentences, and after they saw the different sentences, we, in general, the student in general had to draw a general conclusion. What is the rule in these sentences? What is the rule? That one is inductive. Deductive reasoning is a specific conclusion follows a general theory. First, we teach the rule, practice sentences, and then they follow the general theory, the specific conclusion. That is deductive. EFL, English as a lengua a lingua franca. The principle of intelligibility is of primary importance rather than native like speaker. Here we have 3 persons of different nationality, Chinese, Spanish, French. Suppose that they are right now in Japan, and they don't know how to speak Japan, but they know English. So they are going to use English as a lingua franca. They are going to communicate with the language English. And here it's not very important that they speak like the native speaker. The important here that they can communicate their ideas, that they can express what they want to, that they can communicate each other perfectly. It doesn't matter that they don't speak like native speakers. Conclusion. Grammar plays a vital role because it is the language that makes it possible for us to talk about language. It is difficult for a student to speak English well without learning English grammar. In formal education, it is inevitable for teachers who teach foreign languages to teach grammar. Maybe in informal learning, when you learn English, maybe on the beach because you find Americans over there and you try, it's not important the grammar there, it's the formal, but in formal education, we have to teach grammar. It's important to teach grammar. After studying grammar, learners are able to become more accurate when using the language. Without a good grammar, clear communication is impossible. Proper grammar can avoid from being misunderstood while expressing your thoughts and ideas. That is why I consider that it is important to teach grammar to students in other ways which are not just structured like CLIL purposes. CLIL is an approach, but it doesn't mean that we'll replace the standard language. CLIL is a vehicle for learning. It is a good practice that can enrich standard language approaches. Like the many methods, CLIL had advantages, but also had disadvantages. Thank you very much. That's all. I hope that you like it. Bye-bye.